So for me, the first injection, other than a sore arm, I didn't have any really negative side effects.
Federal government officials are promising a COVID-19 vaccine soon. Two companies have filed for emergency use of their vaccine after reporting an effectiveness of up to 95%. Joining us live this morning is Blanco, CEO of the Lynn Institute. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Thank you for coming on with us. Now, you're in charge of both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine trials happening here in the metro. Just quickly here, fill us in on how things are going. What are you seeing?
Well, those trials continue to progress forward. We continue to see, again, very few side effects to the vaccine. And we continue to collect the long-term data that we're going to need to get this vaccine fully FDA approved, hopefully next year.
Talk about those side effects. Are you seeing any type of side effects, any serious side effects?
No, we're really not. Everything we've seen here is very mild. We have seen, again, some redness at the injection site. We have seen some fatigue and some low-grade fevers. But beyond that, we really haven't seen anything major at all. It's been very good.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Both Pfizer and Moderna filing for that emergency use with the FDA. What are the next steps to getting a vaccine approved?
Well, the FDA scheduled a meeting of its vaccine advisors for December 10th. So we should expect to hear some news, at least on the Pfizer vaccine, around then. A few days after that, the Moderna vaccine goes before the similar committee on December 17th. So we should hear about that relatively quickly. Those vaccines are approved. It is my understanding that Pfizer has already begun delivering drug to the U.S. From their PERS Belgium facility. So the vaccine is already on the way to the U.S. currently.
So this is a question that's on a lot of people's minds. When can I get the vaccine? Once it gets approved and it's here and it's ready to go, when can they get it?
Well, we're going to have to be patient. One of the things that we know is the CDC, which is again meeting today to determine an exact order of who's going to get the vaccine when. We believe that frontline workers and long-term facilities such as nursing homes are going to be the first ones on the list to get vaccinated. Nursing homes make up about 39% of the deaths from COVID-19, so you can expect that they will be close to the top of the list.
And talk about that. We've actually heard that the vaccine will be available to nursing home healthcare workers here in Oklahoma, maybe within the next week or so. Is that true?
Again, the FDA is meeting on the 10th. Operation Warp Speed says that they will have vaccines out within 24 hours of the approval. So it might be close. It might be a week. It might be 10 days. But again, it all hinges on that FDA advisory meeting on December 10th.
When the vaccine is available and people are starting to get vaccinated, is this going to be a type of vaccine that needs to be taken every year, like the flu shot?
That's a great question. The answer is we don't know yet. That's one of the reasons we continue to do these clinical trials, because we don't know. The antibody protection could last for 6 months. It could last for a year. It could last for 5 years. We just don't know yet. And we'll be able to model how we proceed in terms of vaccinations based on the data that we collect over the next few months.
When we finally get the ball rolling, where will people be able to get the vaccine? Will it have to be administered at a doctor's office? Can people go to a pharmacy? What do we know about that?
Well, that will depend on what vaccines are distributed into what area. If we were to receive a lot of the Pfizer vaccine, then it would be unlikely that physicians would be able to have the cold storage required for the vaccine. So you would probably look at more of a health department type setting for that vaccine. If we were to get the AstraZeneca vaccine sent to Oklahoma, then that vaccine it could be administered by physicians because it does not have the same requirements for the ultra cold temperatures.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit more. Pfizer's vaccine we know needs to be stored at an extremely cold temperature. Is the state prepared for the handling and the storage of this type of vaccine?
We believe that we will be. We have received multiple calls about our long-term storage, cold storage, and our availability to share the resources we have. So I know that those conversations are happening around the state. So yes, I believe that the state will be prepared.
Based on all the information that we have right now when it comes to the vaccine, when it's going to become available, what is the estimated time frame here for the general public to be able to have that widespread access to it?
You know, I think it's probably going to be in the April time frame. It could be a little quicker, depends on how quickly the vaccine is manufactured. Pfizer has committed to 500 million doses, Moderna close to 1 billion doses. AstraZeneca has committed almost 3 billion doses of the vaccine. So it will all depend on manufacturing. The quicker we have the vaccines, obviously the quicker we can get it to the general public.
When we finally get there, say it's April, May, June, July, August of next year, and more people are getting vaccinated, it's more widely available. Do you see life getting back to somewhat normal by the end of next year?
You know, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. But that will all hinge on all of us getting vaccinated. You know, we keep stressing that everyone needs to be vaccinated. I know some folks are going to be hesitant about the vaccine, but, you know, in this situation, I think we almost have to look at it as our civic duty. It's something we're going to have to do to bring this pandemic to an end. And yes, it is certainly possible to bring the pandemic to an end next year if we do what we need to do. If we don't get vaccinated, and this is just going to keep on going in perpetuity. So it's really important that we do what we need to do and get vaccinated.
Carlos Blanco with the Lynn Institute, we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on and speaking with us today.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, Jonathan, let's get over to you as we look forward to